or Salakia, your diet, we're going to go to Shapar.
Come on, sir.
All right. Abide, you drink the wine.
Come.
Okay. Your diet in the showers. I pour.
Okay.
So what?
I got the pour, sir.
Don't pour you too much, Abide. There you go. And we're going to get you on, bro.
SHALAM, which means to Israel.
That being said, water. Oh. Okay. Okay. So we're gonna uncover the scrolls, and we're gonna do the prayer.
Come.
You know, if we got enough diet, get a brother.
Come. Uncover the second.
Everything we do is according to the Bible, all right, and according to the rules of our culture and how we operate the Sabbath. And it's very important that we follow those rules because we want to make sure that we follow in our culture the way our ancestors and forefathers had it set up according to how the Most High wanted it to be. That being said, I majam, which means to stand, the brothers and sisters, right?
Come.
Okay. Sar will come lahak with dum, which means turn and face the east. The east is that way. Of course, we always face the east for the Most High towards our homeland. Okay. With that being said, we're gonna start the Lord's Prayer.
Come. This is the Lord's Prayer in the Hebrew. Abanawa.
Abanawa.
Shabbat
Shemayim.
Kodash.
Hayat.
Shamka. Yahawah. Malakwaka. Taba'ah. Ratazayaka. Hayat. Aisha. Baratuza. Kawo. Hayat. Hashemayim. Nathanawa. Lakam. Ka. Yawam. Wasalak Lanao. Kabawak now. Kasalak now. Kabawak now. Wala'ah. Labiya'ayah now. Wanasaya one. Abo. Awashaya now. Mayan. Ra. Kaya. Laka. Amalakwa. Wala'ala. Rataparawah. Amen.
Our Father, which art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come. Thy will be done. In earth, as it is in heaven. Give us this day. Our daily bread. Forgive us our debts. As we forgive our debtors. And lead us not into temptation. But deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom. And the power. And the glory. Forever. So be it.
Praying for the power, the Hakat in the Hebrew. Yahawah. Ba'ashem Yahushua. Bawakashah. Thunder Hakat. La'apa'ah. Makalah. Kalmanawa. Latahar. Hamatazarayim. Lahakat. Lahakium. Amafia. Hakat. Alakwak. Matala Garshun. Ba'ashem Yahushua. Wadaman.
Yahweh. In the name of Yahushua. Please give us the power. Power to heal. All manner of sickness. And all manner of disease. The power to cleanse the lepers. The power to raise the dead. The power against unclean spirits. To cast them out. In the name of Yahushua. Thank you. So be it.
Pray to bless Israel in Hebrew. Yahawah.
Ba'ashem.
Yahushua.
Raklanawa.
Ayasha'ala. Sapari. Ba'ashem Yahushua.
Wadaman.
Yahweh, in the name of Yahushua. Bless us. And Israel. And the school. In the name of Yahushua. Thank you. So be it.
Praying for the power structure and the blessings. Barakatah Yahweh.
Barakatah Yahweh.
Wayahusha.
Wayahusha.
Wamayaka Allah.
Wamayaka Allah.
Walahayim.
Walahayim.
Tazabayah.
Tazabayah.
Alawak Yahanna.
Alawak Yahanna.
Alawapiyah.
Alawapiyah.
Asarayim.
Asarayim.
Akwatazayayim.
Akwatazayayim.
Akayayim.
Akayayim.
Wayahwafiyim.
Wayahwafiyim.
Yahweh.
Yahweh.
Ba'ashim Yahusha.
Ba'ashim Yahusha.
Waraman.
Waraman.
Bless you, Yahweh.
Bless you, Yahweh.
And Yahushua.
And Yahushua.
And Michael.
And Michael.
And the angels.
And the angels.
Commanding General Yahanna.
Commanding General Yahanna.
The general.
The generals.
The captains.
The captains.
The officers.
The officers.
The troopers.
The troopers.
And the sisters.
And the sisters.
Yahweh in the name of Yahushua.
Yahweh in the name of Yahushua.
Thank you.
Thank you.
So be it.
So be it.
Psalm 121 in the Hebrew. Asha.
Asha.
Ayanya.
Ayanya.
Ahoria.
Ahoria.
Ayan.
Ayan.
Yaba'a.
Yaba'a.
Izoria.
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 Ma'ai.
Ma'ai.
Yahweh.
Yahweh.
Aisha.
Aisha.
Maya.
Shemaiah.
Waratuza.
Waratuza.
Ayathan.
Ayathan.
Lamawat.
Lamawat.
Regalka.
Regalka.
Al-Yanawam.
Al-Yanawam.
Shamarka.
Shamarka.
Hana.
Hana.
La'a.
La'a.
Yanawam.
Yanawam.
Mala'a.
Mala'a.
Yayishun.
Yayishun.
Shawamar.
Shawamar.
Yasha'ala.
Yasha'ala.
Yahweh.
Yahweh.
Shamarka.
Shamarka.
Yahweh.
Yahweh.
Zalka.
Zalka.
Al-Yad.
Al-Yad.
Yanyanka.
Yanyanka.
Yawamam.
Yawamam.
Hashemash.
Hashemash.
Mayakadka.
Mayakadka.
Mayarak.
Mayarak.
Malayala.
Malayala.
Yahweh.
Yahweh.
Yashamarka.
Yashamarka.
Kalrad.
Kalrad.
Yashamar.
Yashamar.
Afnapashka.
Afnapashka.
Yahweh.
Yahweh.
Yashamar.
Yashamar.
Tazaika.
Tazaika.
Wawaika.
Wawaika.
Ma'adan.
Ma'adan.
Aidawallah.
Wa'idawallah.
In the English, I will lift up mine eyes into the hills.
I will lift up my eyes into the hills.
From whence cometh my help?
From whence cometh my help?
My help cometh from the Lord.
My help cometh from the Lord,
Which made heaven and earth.
which made heaven and earth.
He will not suffer thy foot to be moved.
He will not suffer thy foot to be
He
moved.
that keepeth thee
He that keepeth thee
will not slumber.
will not slumber.
Behold,
Behold,
he that keepeth Israel
he that keepeth
shall
Israel
neither slumber nor sleep.
shall neither slumber nor
The Lord is
sleep.
thy keeper.
The Lord is thy
The
keeper.
Lord is thy shade upon thy right hand.
The Lord is thy shade upon thy
The
right
sun
hand.
shall not smite thee by day,
The sun shall not smite thee by day,
nor the moon by night.
nor the moon by night.
The Lord shall preserve thee
The Lord shall preserve thee
from all evil.
from all
He
evil.
shall preserve thy soul.
He shall preserve thy
The
soul.
Lord shall preserve thy going
The
out
Lord shall preserve thy going out
and thy coming in.
and thy coming in.
From this time forth
From this time forth,
and even forevermore.
even forevermore.
Psalms 83 in the Hebrew. Alahayim.
Alahayim.
Aldayamaka.
Aldamayamaka.
Aldakarash.
Al-Dakarash.
Aldashakwat.
Al-Dashakwat.
Al. Yahanna.
Yahanna.
Awiyabika.
Awiyabika.
Yamayawanya.
Yamayawanya.
Ra'ash.
Ra'ash.
Imaka.
Imaka.
Yariyamwa.
Yariyamwa.
Sawadah.
Sawadah.
Wa'adah. Tazawa.
Tazawa.
Al-Tazapawanyaka.
Al-Tazapawanyaka.
Amorwa.
Amorwa.
Lakarwa.
Lakarwa.
Wakakir.
Wanakakir.
Wagayuwa.
Wagayuwa.
Wala'a.
Wala'a.
Yashakar.
Yazakar.
Sham Yasha'ala.
Sham Yasha'ala.
Iwada.
Iwada.
Kaya.
Kaya.
Nawatazawa.
Na'itazawa.
Laba.
Laba.
Yakadwa.
Yakadwa.
Al-Yakad.
Al-Yakad.
Marya.
Marya.
Yarkafwa.
Yakarfa.
Alahaya.
Alahaya.
Alawum.
Alawum.
Wayashemai.
Wayashemai.
Alayum.
Alayum.
Awa
Awa-Abu.
Wagari.
Wagari.
Gabal.
Gabal.
Waimawan.
Waimawan.
Waimalak.
Waimalak.
Alisha.
Alisha.
Abishabia.
Abishabia.
Tazawar.
Tazawar.
Gamashawar.
Gamashawar.
Alawa.
Alawa.
Ain.
Ain.
Haywa.
Haywa.
Zarwat.
Zarwat.
Manyalawat.
Manyalawat.
Salah.
Salah.
Aishalaham.
Aishalaham.
Madyan.
Madyan.
Kasaya.
Kasaya.
Sarah.
Sarah.
Kayabyan.
Kayabyan.
Wanakal.
Wanakal.
Wayashwan.
Wayashwan.
Nashamadwa.
Nashamadwa.
Wayanda Arwa.
Mayanda Ira. Kaira.
Daman.
Daman.
La Dadma.
La Dadma.
Shaidamwa.
Shaidamwa.
Nashakadma.
Nashakadma.
Ashar.
Ashar.
Amawa.
Amawa.
Narisha.
Narisha.
Lanawa.
Lanawa.
Nanawa.
Nanawa.
Alahayim.
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 Shayatamwa.
Shayatamwa.
Gagula.
Kagagala.
Wash.
Kakwash.
Lapanya.
Lapanya.
Ka.
Rakah.
Ka'ash.
Ka'ash.
Taba Iriya Iris.
Taba Iriya Iris.
Kalaba.
Kalaba.
Kalahat.
Kalahat.
Karia.
Karia.
Khan.
Khan.
Dardadma.
Dardadma.
Basa Irika.
Basa Irika.
Babasa.
Babasa.
Wapafka.
Wapafka.
Tabahalam.
Tabahalam.
Malaha.
Malaha.
Panyaham. Palawan, Wayabakwashwa,
Shamka,
Yahawa, Yabashwa,
Bashwa,
Ma'aiwa, Aida,
Ayakaparwa,
Wayabadwa, Wayadawa, Kayata, Shamka, Yahawa, Abadka, Aywan, Alka
Keep not thy silence, O Yahweh.
Keep not thy silence, O Yahweh.
Hold not thy peace.
Hold not thy peace.
Be not still, O Yahweh.
Be not still, O Yahweh.
For lo, thine enemies, make a tumult, and they that hate thee, have lifted up the head. They have taken crafty counsel, against thy people, and consulted together, and consulted against thy hidden ones. They have said, Come, let us cut them all, from being a nation, that the name of Israel, be no more remembrance. For they have consulted together, with one consent. They are confederate against thee. The tabernacles of Edom, and the Ishmaelites, of Moab, and the Hagarene, the Baal, and Ammon, and Amalek, the Philistines, with the inhabitants of Tyre. Asher also joined with them. They have hope in the children of Lot. Salah, do unto them, as unto the Midianites, as unto Sisera, as to Jabin, at the brook of Kishon, which perished at Endor. They became as dung for the earth. Make their nobles like a red, like Zeeb, yea, all their princes as Zabah, and as Zalmunna, who said, let us take to ourselves, the houses of Yahweh, in possession. O my power, make them like a wheel, as the stubble before the wind, as the fire burneth the wood, as the flame setteth the mountains on fire. So persecute them with thy tempest, make them afraid with thy storm. Fill their faces with shame, that they may seek thy name. O Yahweh, let them be confounded, and trouble forever. Yea, let them be put to shame, and perish, that men may know that thou, whose name alone is Yahweh, art the Most High over all the earth. That being said, Sar. All right, which means a turn. Everybody can turn around. Yeshabim, which means to be seated. Okay. It's important that we do the prayers. We went through Psalms, we went through the Lord's Prayer. It's important that we do these prayers, especially during the high holy days. Okay. It's like if you can bring the mic down, especially during the high holy days, because we want to remember, especially today is a great day for this topic right here. We want to remember all the times where we had to blow that trumpet against an enemy. That's what we want to remember. The memorial of blowing the trumpets is you blow a trumpet to warn the people. We're gonna read about it in the Bible. We starting with this is Sabbath, so we doing Leviticus, right? And then we're gonna go into the scripts afterwards. But we're gonna read down Leviticus. All right, we go through all the high holy days. If y'all don't know, all the holidays of the Lord is in Leviticus. Okay. And now it's more than just in Leviticus, but those are what you would call an observance. Is when we remember or celebrate a certain point in our history and culture where we went through something major and we overcame that. So, and the Bible tells you a lot of times that those are days where we all came together and decided to remember that day, including the priests, and to acknowledge these days where we defeated an enemy and overcame or held it down for the Most High against an enemy for that reason. All right, for them trying to, stop the work of the Most High or destroy the people of the Lord, and we succeeded. So these ain't a perfect example to give you today is you got America is so-called a Christian country, right? So you got days that's like Christmas that's tied to the Bible, right? And then you got people try to use Thanksgiving. That's not really a part of the Bible, but because it says Thanksgiving in the Bible, they try to tie it together, but it's not, but we'll count it. So you got holidays like that tie into the Bible. But then you also got the 4th of July, where America celebrates its independence. Then you also got Mother's Day, Father's Day, all these different days that America decided to come together and celebrate. The New Year, things like that. So in our culture, we got the Lord's holidays that have to do with the ones that we got from Moses in the wilderness. And then we got like the Feast of Dedication, Hanukkah, the Feast of Purim, where we defeated an enemy or went to war and we held it down for the Lord, and we celebrate those days. So those days won't be in Leviticus, but they are a part of our holidays that we celebrate, okay?
Right.
So we're going to start with reading the verses in Hebrew. We're going to do 7 verses in Hebrew.
Okay.
Well, Salaki, we're doing 49 verses, right?
I think
yeah, we read 44 verses. But I believe we do 7 in Hebrew.
Come, the first 7 we do everything in Hebrew.
All right, so we can go through all the Hebrew. Okay.
Come.
Unless at some point we gotta shorten it up for the time. But we should be able to get all the way through it. So let's start Leviticus 23:1. That's where we going.
Come.
It's the book of Leviticus, chapter 23, verse 1. Oyad Debar, Yahweh al Masha la Amor. Verse 2. Debar al Banya, Yasha'ala, Wayarmoth, al Ham, Mawa'id, Yahweh, Ashar, Tarakwara, Wa Atham, Makra'ah, Wa Kwadash, Alahayam, Mawayad, Verse 3. Shayatha.
Not to you, guys.
Tasha'at, Yum, the Aisha, Malaka, Wayaba, Waba Yawam, Ha, Shabai Yasha, Shabath 1, Makra'ah, Wadash, Kal, Malaka, the Aishua, Shabath, Hawa, La Yahweh, Bakal, Mawa Sabath Yakam. Verse 4, Allah, Allah, Mawa Ya'ai, Yahweh, Makra'ah, Ya Kodash, Ashar, Zakra'ah, Wa Atham, Ba Mawa'adim. Verse 5, Ba Kodash, Ha Ra'ashwan, Ba Awabath, Aishara, La Kadash, Bayan, Arab, Yum, Basak, La Yahweh. Verse 6, Wa Ba Kamash, Aishar, Yum, Yayawam, La Kadash, Hazah, Kag, Ha Matazawath, La Yahweh, Shabath, Yum, Matazawath, La Kalba, verse 7, Bayawam, Ha Rashwan, Makra'ah, Kodash, Yahaya, Lakam, Kal, Malakah, Ibida, La'ah, Daishua. That was the 7.
That brother ain't. That was excellent Hebrew. Y'all kin, man, y'all gotta get y'all a Torah, okay? Get you a Tanakh with the Hebrew. And if you can, you might have to go through the Bible Society, but you can get you a New Testament in Hebrew, the King James Version. You can also go ahead and you can now you can download. Only thing I don't like about trying to download apps that have the New Testament in Hebrew is a lot of the times the whole entire app is in Hebrew. So then there's no English, right? I believe there's a way where you can put it in Google Translate to figure out what it is, but that's too much. But you can get the Blue Letter Bible and download the Westminster Leningrad Codex / Byzantine Greek, and you can get the Old Testament in Hebrew, and you'll have it on your phone parallel with the King James Version. All right. But it's great to learn Hebrew. We got Hebrew classes every Friday online. The water, we got some water. You can see if anybody else needs one. With that being said, Bob, you got the English.
This is the book of Leviticus, chapter 23, and verse 1. And the Lord spake unto Moses, saying, verse 2, speak unto the children of Israel, and say unto them, concerning the feast of the Lord, which ye shall proclaim to be holy convocations, even these are my feasts. Verse 3, 6 days shall work be done, but the seventh day is the Sabbath of rest, and holy convocation. Ye shall do no work therein. It is the Sabbath of the Lord in all your dwellings. Verse 4, these are the feasts of the Lord, even holy convocations.
So now we get into the feast of God, holy convocations. Go ahead.
Which ye shall proclaim in their seasons. Verse 5, and the 14th day of the first month at even is the Lord's Passover. Verse 6, and on the 15th day of the same month is the feast of unleavened bread unto the Lord. 7 days ye must eat unleavened bread. Verse 7, and the first day ye shall have an holy convocation. Ye shall do no servile work therein. That's the end of the 7 in English, sir.
Okay. No sweat. Let's do the next 7. Abba, you want to take the Hebrew?
I'll take it, sir, if I could.
Go ahead.
This is the book of Leviticus, chapter 23, and verse 8. Waha Kwarabtham Aisha La Yahweh Shaba'ith Yamayam Ba Yawam Ha Shaba Ya'aya Ma Kwara'a Kwadash Kal Mala Akaf I Bada La'a Tha'ishua, verse 9, Wa Yadabar Yahweh Al Masha La Amar, verse 10, Dabar Al Banya Yasharala Wa I Morath Laham Kaya Thaba Iwa Al Ha Arataza Ashar Anya Nathan Lakam Wa Quatazartham Af Quataza Yura Wahaba Atham Af Imar Ra Ash Yaf Quataza Yarkam Al Ha Kahan. Ha Kahan. Verse 11. Waha na yap af ha imar la panya Yahweh la ra tazan kam mama karath ha shabaf ya na nawa ha kahan. Verse 12. Wa Aisha Yatham Ba Yawam Ha Na Yap Kam Af Hi Imar Kapash Thamayam Ban Shanafwa La Yahweh. Verse 13. Wama Nakafwa Shanya I Sharon Yum Salaf Bala Wala Ba Shaman Aisha La Yahweh Rayak Na Yakha Wa Nasaka Yun Rabba Ayah Haha Yun. Verse 14. Waya Wasaki Wala Kam Wa Ka Ya Wa Ka Ramar La'a Tha Kawa Id I Tazam Ha Yawam Haza I Haba Ya Akam Ath Kwaraban Alaha Yakam Quath, I.S.U.P.K, La Darath Yakam, Bakal, Ma Shabath Yakam. That's the end of verse 14, sir. Want me to read it back in the English, sir?
Yadai, can you take the English one?
Yeah, come, sir. The book of Leviticus, chapter 23, and verse 8. But you shall offer an offering made by fire unto the Lord 7 days. And the seventh day is a holy convocation. You shall do no servile work therein.
Okay.
Verse 9. And the Lord spake unto Moses, saying, Speak unto the children of Israel, and say unto them, When ye be come into the land which I give unto you, ye shall reap the harvest thereof, and ye shall bring a sheaf of the first fruits of your harvest unto the priest. Verse 11. And he shall wave the sheaf before the Lord to be accepted for you. On the morrow after the Sabbath, the priest shall wave it. Verse 12. And ye shall offer that day, when you wave the sheaf, a he lamb without blemish of the first year for a burnt offering unto the Lord. And the meat offering shall be of 2 deals of fine flour mingled with oil, an offering made by fire unto the Lord for a sweet savor, and the drink offering thereof shall be of wine, and the fourth part of a hin. Verse 14. And ye shall eat neither bread nor parched corn nor green ears until the selfsame day that ye have brought an offering unto your God. It shall be a statute forever throughout your generations in all your dwellings.
So what's being said here is, hey, shalom, brother. So what's being said here is giving us the layout. It's giving us the exact instructions on what we should do, even down to the measurements of the wheat and how we're going to make the bread. If you don't know, it's saying like the 10th part of a hen. These are all measurements for different things, like how we got a quart or a pint or whatever. So they had different measurements for it back then. You can just get a dictionary and look up, what a 10th part of a hen is. You might do better with a Bible dictionary,
right,
than a regular dictionary. But these are all measurements, and it's telling you a he lamb and doing this without blemish, without spot, or without any mistakes on it, any errors. Meaning, without you might get a lamb, it might be bruised. Something might have happened to it.
right.
It might have fell in the ditch, like they said with Christ.
Right.
So it's just, you want to get the perfect one, the one without any marks, any scratches, no bite marks, no cuts on it, without blemish. And you want to have the correct measurements of the wheat. You want to have everything right, according to what the Lord says. And that's what is being laid out by Moses. All right, because no matter where we go, we got to celebrate these high holy days.
Right.
They say wherever you go, you got to celebrate this. So if you end up on a damn moon somewhere in 1,000 years, you got to do it the exact same way. You know what I'm saying? But of course, we got Christ. So you ain't got to go sacrificing lambs. Now, it might be a time where they might still let you do it. Because, of course, now you have to go get a lamb and the whole thing. But it's not necessary because we got Christ. Christ is the lamb, so you ain't got to go bring a sacrifice offering. Today, what you want to do is make sure you're the sacrifice. Make sure you're doing that for yourself. Sacrificing yourself for Christ.
Right.
For the sake of Christ, meaning not having everything. Listen, let me tell you something. Nobody at them damn P. Diddy parties, because they want whatever the hell they body tell them. And they don't want to not be able to go without money.
Right.
Ain't nothing wrong with being broke your diet then.
Right.
You be broke for a little bit.
Right.
You been broke our whole damn life. Now you at what, 32? And you need $1 million and some change. You 28, you need 15 million. And then you end up in a damn P. Diddy scandal. Everybody in Philly looking at you like you done shamed the whole PA. With that being said, we can go without. So we want to make yourself the sacrifice for Christ. So now you don't have the need to get a he lamb and 2 pigeons or whatever to go ahead and sacrifice to the Lord for your sins. Christ is our sacrifice. And now we make ourselves like Christ and we do the thing that Christ taught us how to do, which was to serve God. You can, was that it?
Back to Hebrew, sir.
Back to the Hebrew. All right, I'll take the next Hebrew. Where we at? 21?
23 and 15.
We at 23 and 15. We had chapter 23, right? We already in chapter 3. I was at
15.
we had the 15th verse. That's what I was asking. Boom, boom, boom. So I'll take the Hebrew. So this is Leviticus chapter 23 and verse 15. Wasaparthum. Oh, dang. Hold on, y'all. My phone switched up on me. Here we go. All right. Leviticus 23 and 15. Wasaparthum lakum. Ma macharaf. Ma shabaf. Ma yawom. Habaya Salaki. Habaya akam. Af Imor. Hatha Nawa Pa Shabai Shabathwath Tha Mayama Tha Haya Yana. Verse 16. I Mama Karaf Hashabath Hashabya Tha Saparwa Chamashim Yawam Wa ha korabthum manakha chadasha la Yahweh. Verse 17. Mama washabtha yakum tabaya awa lachum thanawa pa shathiyum shanya shanya aishara nayum Salah Thahaya Yana Chamatiza Tha Apayana Ba Chaworium La Yahweh. Verse 18. Waha Korabthum Io Halachum Shabaif Chabashium Thamayama Banya Shana Wapor Bun Bakwar Achad wa ayalam shanyam wa yahayo salakia yahayawa ayla la yahawa wa manakha thumb wa na saka ya salakia wa na saka ya hum asha rayak Nayachak la Yahweh. Verse 19. Wa Aisha Yathum. Sha'ayor Aitazum. Achad la Hata'af. Which is sin. It's saying to sin. La Hata'af. Wa Shanya Kabashim Banya Shana La Zabak Shalamya. Verse 20. Waha Nayak HaKahan Athum Io Lacham Ha Bakawarium Tha Nawapa Lapanya Yahweh Al Shanya Kabashim Kwadash Yahayawa La Yahweh La Kahan. Verse 21. Wakwara Atham Ba'aitazam Hayawam Haza Makwara Kwadash Yahaya Lakum Kal Malakaf Ibada La'a Tha'aishawa Khwa Iwalam Bakal Mawashabathya Wama Slaki Mawashathya Come La Darath Yakum. That was the end of verse 21.
Okay.
And Salaki, y'all, I've been personally working on pronouncing every single word correctly, because if y'all see up here, there's no connectors. You know what I'm saying? Since I teach the Hebrew class, this is my own little, my bad, y'all, my own little thing. I know I'm taking longer than usual, but still, I want to make sure I get everything right because it's an excellent work for the Lord to be, and for ourselves to have our language back and to master it. We can speak English, but we can't speak the Hebrew. I had a question for y'all, right? How long was Obama in office? And big shout out to Officer Gabari Allah for this. Somebody answer me, how long was Obama in office? Go ahead, Bakar.
8 years.
How long did King Solomon rule? You see that? He ruled 40 years. I got asked that question in one of my first years being in the school by Officer Gabar Yahanna. And that right there, it always stuck in my head. Because I was stuck too. I was the only one in class. I was stuck. Right? So with that being said, it's always a good work to try to master our culture.
Right.
Oh, you got it. I buy it.
Okay.
Take the English.
This is the book of Leviticus, chapter 23 and verse 15. And ye shall count unto you from the morrow after the Sabbath, from the day that ye brought the sheaf of the wave offering, 7 Sabbaths shall be complete. Verse 16. Even unto the morrow after the 7th Sabbath shall ye number 50 days, and ye shall offer a new meat offering unto the Lord. Verse 17. And ye shall bring out of your habitation two wave loaves of 2/10 deals. They shall be of fine flour. They shall be baken with leaven. They shall be the first fruits of the Lord. Verse 18. And ye shall offer with the bread 7 lambs without blemish of the first year, and 1 young bullock and 2 rams. They shall be for a burnt offering unto the Lord, with their meat offering and their drink offerings, even an offering made of fire of sweet savor unto the Lord. Verse 19. Then ye shall sacrifice 1 kid of the goats for a sin offering, and 2 lambs of the first year for a sacrifice of peace offering.
Remember, I was saying for the sin, la kata'ah. Kata'ah is the word for sin. Kata'ah, right? In Hebrew is the word for sin. So whenever you see that, you should remember that. Like that's one Hebrew word that you now know, because everybody talks about sin. Where your pastor, he don't know. Pastors don't know the Hebrew for sin at all. They don't know any damn Hebrew. But you can confound or just knowing it for yourself. The word Hebrew is a strong word. Chata. Like that, you hear that word, you know somebody messing up.
Right.
Or it should be important. This is sin. This is something that certain sins will get us put to, unalive.
Right.
On TikTok and all that. Will get us unalive for certain sins. So just keep that word in mind. Chata'ah. It was saying la chata'ah for the plural. It's saying for sin or to sin plural. All right. But remember that Hebrew word. Go ahead.
Verse 20. And the priest shall wave them with the bread of the first fruits for a wave offering before the Lord, with the 2 lambs. They shall be holy to the Lord for the priest. Verse 21. And ye shall proclaim on the self same day, that it may be in holy convocation unto you. Ye shall do no servile work therein. It shall be a statute forever in all your dwellings throughout your generations.
All right. That being said, I imagine just us up here.
Okay.
We're gonna call up the next brother. Bakar Yala, you can come up, present thyself. All right. You want to state your registry, Bakar?
Call your Allah, one Yahweh, one Yasha'Allah.
Bakar Yahanna, one Yahanna, one Yasha'Allah.
Yahweh Hashem Yahushua Barakatam.
Yahweh Hashem Yahushua Barakatam.
You can step down. Y'all don't know, right? The reason why we cross these staffs, because back in the day, the priests, what they would do is, if you notice writings on the staff, this would be your lineage. As a tradition in Israel, Salaki, that you will pass that down to your son, according to whatever heritage or inheritance you're going to give him, your firstborn son, and he would pass that down. You know what I'm saying? So when they come before the priest, they can read the staff and say, oh, damn, your father was Rehoboam. Okay. Or your father was Gideon. All right, brother. Or they can look at you and say, whoa, hey, didn't this cat get cast out 10 years ago? Hold on. Read up. Yeah, His dad and son get, and then you get put to death or unalive. Let's keep going.
Go, the book of Leviticus, chapter 23 and verse 22.
Uh-huh.
Waba Quatazayor, come, Quatazayor, Arataza, come, La'a, Kala, Pa'ath, Shatka, Ba, Quatazayor, Kawa, Laquat, Quatazayor, Ka, La'a, That, Laquat, La Anaya, it's like La Anaya, Wa Lagar, Tha, Izab, Athum, Anya, Yahweh, Allah, Yakum Sa. Verse 23. Waya Dabar, Yahweh, Al Masha, La Amor. Verse 24. Dabar, Al Banya, Yasha'ala, La Amor, Ba Kadash, Ha Shabadya, Ha Shabadya, Ya, Barakad, La Kadash, La Haya, Lakam, Shabath 1, Zakar 1, Thara'awa, Makara, Quadash. Verse 25. Kal, Malakath, Ibida, La'a, the Aishawa, Waha, Wakra'af, Aisha, La, Yahweh, Sa. Verse 26. Waya Dabar, Yahweh, Al Masha, La Amor. Verse 27. Akbaya Ashar, La Kadash, Hashabaya, Haza, Yawam, Ha Kaparim, Hawa, Makra'a, Kodash, Ya, Haya, Lakam, Wa, Ayawam, Thum, Af, Lapashaf, Yakawaha, Karabath, Thum, Aisha, La, Yahweh. Verse 28. Wakal, Malakah, La, the Aisha, Laisha, Waba, Azam, Hayawa, Ha Zaha, Kaya, the one, Kaparium, Hawa, La Kaparai, Yakum, La Panya, Yahweh, Al Yakum. That was the end of verse 28.
That brother ain't. He was excellent. You got to Bakar, verse 22.
Khan. The book of Leviticus, chapter 23, verse 22. And when ye reap the harvest of your land, thou shalt not make clean riddance of the corners of thy field. When thou reapest, neither shalt thou gather any gleaning of thy harvest. Thou shalt leave them unto the poor and to the stranger. I am the Lord your God. Excuse me, Slakia. Verse 23. And the Lord spake unto Moses, saying, verse 24. Slakia. Speak unto the children of Israel, saying, in the 7th month, and the first day of the month, shall ye have a Sabbath, a memorial of blowing of trumpets, and holy convocation. Ye shall do no servile work. Verse 25. Ye shall do no servile work therein, but ye shall offer an offering made by fire unto the Lord. Verse 26. And the Lord spake unto Moses, saying, verse 27. Also on the 10th day of the 7th month, there shall be a day of atonement. It shall be in the holy convocation unto you, and ye shall afflict your souls, and offer an offering made by fire unto the Lord. Verse 28. And ye shall do no work in the land in the same day, for it is a day of atonement, to make an atonement for you before the Lord your God.
Now, if y'all know that Day of Atonement is a day where we fast, that day is coming up. It is actually the 11th, next Friday.
Okay.
It's gonna be rough. Now, if you got if you're a person that takes medication where you gotta eat with the medication, then that's tawab. I mean, you can fast for whatever portion, take your medication, and then continue your fast. You know what I mean? But in that case, pretty much exempt. The Lord, he don't want you falling out, passed out on the ground trying to do a Sabbath. I mean, trying to do a fast. It's like children. Children don't do the fast. You know what I mean? You wait till your son is a certain age where you feel as though he can handle this. Same thing with your daughters. You know what I mean? And that's when you would have them do the fast. An elderly person would not do this fast. You're not going. The Lord ain't trying to. Damn, what the hell is they doing in America? The population control. He's not doing population control. That's so silly for us
But you got the fake Israelites that say you can't cook on the Sabbath. You got to eat a damn turkey sandwich or cold sandwich. How the hell? How you gonna even make deli meat? Like, what the hell would you eat? They thinking about being in America and applying it to back then. How would you have deli meat to have a sandwich on the effing Sabbath, bro? If you can't afford lambs, if you can't afford, what you gonna do with? Come on, man.
If I could, how did you cook the lamb? Because technically, every high holy day is a Sabbath. How did you cook the lamb if you can't cook on the Sabbath? How'd you cook it?
Go ahead, brother. Get his brother in. That was incredible. Because they say a lot of silly things, man. It's like they want your child to freeze to death. You can't start a fire. Go ahead, Doc.
Preparation, so you do it before.
Okay.
Before the actual day of.
But here's the thing. Don't think of being in America.
No, I'm not thinking about being in America. I'm just saying preparation.
No, I get what you're saying. That's what most logical people would think to do is prepare it before. But what I'm saying is this: think about the thousands of years ago. There is no microwave. There is no real refrigerator. It's a refrigeration system that you can use. If you know, a lot of them damn doomsday preppers, they know how to store certain foods and all that. But you got to think of a time where there is no car. There ain't no bicycle. Right. You got to afford a donkey to have transportation. Because remember, Christ came in on a donkey because he didn't have a horse.
Right.
And it wasn't his donkey. Yet you got to think of a time where you had to bring homeless people in at night to your house, because they had nowhere to sleep during the rain, during the snow. It snowed in Israel. Might not be like how it is in Philly, but it snowed in Israel. It's like how it snowed down in Georgia. So, and it snowed down in certain places in Florida. So you got to think of that time, but with no transportation. You're on foot everywhere you go unless you got a donkey, which means if you cannot get back to whatever you prepared in that same night, because all you got is you and a sword in the woods. That's it. Try going camping with no tent. That's what I mean, and a knife.
Right.
Try going camping, no tent, and a knife. And then camp in Jersey, then come back to Philly. And you better pray to God, to the Lord God, that you get back before dark. Because wherever the hell you at in Jersey, bro, that's where you sleeping at. That's the time. Now, imagine that with your family, though. You got the wife and the newborn baby. That's the time. That's what I mean. Like, it's hard to imagine that because we got so much now today. We don't have no memory from back then. But that's where you got to take it. You got to go back to that, because then you'll understand why we say that doesn't make sense. That doesn't apply to the time frame that we lived in.
Right.
Where the passage is in Jerusalem, which today we consider like New York because we started in Harlem. We consider that to be our Jerusalem. But imagine you live in Virginia, not even Virginia, just Philly to New York. You got to get there with your family. You got to work out. Remember, Christ's mother and father stayed in a manger where cows is at, where cattle are, because the place that you would consider a hotel, which is why they say the inn, something inn, that was a real thing where you had a shelter that was full. There was no room. So you had to sleep where the cows and everybody else lay at, or you going to be outside. Right. So that's the time frame that time frame back then, before the invention of the car and all the different stuff. You had to get you and all your kids. No birth control back then. You was having them. You gotta wait. You gotta wait in America. Listen, y'all slid. Y'all sisters getting away with it. You got 2 and 3. That's what's up. Imagine, listen, just not that long ago. I think my grandfather has 21 children. That is a fact. I got 21 aunts and uncles. He got 2 wives, 21 kids. And I'm talking about y'all starting at 20, same age, 20, 21. You having 8, 9 kids on a regular. Because from 21 to 32, you in your prime. I mean, if you don't have one every year, you still got 6 at least. So you walk around with 6 plus 1 in you plus holding one. I mean, and then it's you, and then that's a rough time. So with that being said, how could you prepare all that for somebody? You can't. There's no real preparation for that, and you got to move around on foot. It just don't fit the time frame, and that's what us in America sometimes we forget that. I'm not saying you, but I'm saying the fake Israelites. They don't even think of that. They don't picture being back then. And you have people like the Romans who would slide up on you and still violate you and your wife.
Right.
I mean, and what you gonna do? And the Romans came with more than one person.
Right.
It was not walking around with 3 cops, 2 cops in the cop car. It was 7 soldiers with real swords. You know what I'm saying? So you had to think about that time, Let's get into
If I could, sir.
Go ahead.
Even during that time, and like Captain Zariak said, reading is fundamental. Like when you read earlier, because we read in Leviticus, the 23rd chapter, nowhere the Lord said, prepare that lamb or prepare that hen. When he said fry that chicken up, he didn't say do it the day before. He said do it right now. Mm-hmm. And even then, let's say if you did do it the day before, you would have to reheat it. You would have to reheat it. You would still have to kindle a fire. Like Officer Morale was saying,
you have to store it so
right.
It don't go bad.
Then you would have to reheat it either way. Like Christ said, you know what I mean, which is an excellent precept. You know what I mean? Sabbath was made for the man. Like our problem is, especially in these fake Israelite groups and your Christian organizations, you think you are supposed to serve the Sabbath. Yep. You make it real spooky. Make it real spooky where you got to make cold sandwiches. You can't press an elevator door or nothing like that. If that's the case, you can't start your car. And I know all of you start the car on the Sabbath. You do know when you put that key in the ignition, you're starting a fire. Yep. So if you go by the fake Israelites' logic, you're in sin. So I guess, sir, you in the midst of sin, brother. Even with that, electricity is fire.
Yeah.
Electricity is fire. There's no getting around it. You're not supposed to serve the Sabbath. The Sabbath is for us.
If I could, if I could, y'all know that brother that just got unalive, right. Due to the, I think they gave him like a lethal injection, but he was innocent. Right. Because that happened, they put a dummy in an electric chair, and it fried it because electric is fire. It's still is a different form, but it is. People get burned from getting electrocuted, right? Because we've been here so long, we might not understand certain primitive laws or things that that people would say our ancestors knew about and understood, like the flow of water and how water conducts electricity. But who would come up with that? How do we get that today? Because somebody tried it. How do we know which food to eat? Somebody tried it. That's where Adam came in at. Adam said, I don't give a damn if y'all tried everything. Out of all that y'all tried, the Lord said only eat this, and he said don't eat that. Or else, why can't we eat shrimp? Why can't we eat pork? Right. The ribs is bigger on the pork rib. Why the hell you got me scrapping the damn beef? Like, that don't make sense. Right. But the Lord said that. And it's for a reason, because the Lord knows better than us the different things that can happen to you from eating pork and eating those other different things. Right. And even if nothing happened to you, the Lord said we can't do it. But understanding some of the primitive laws that we used to live by is like, we don't get it here because we hit a light switch and lights come on. You press a button, your house is protected. Right. Like it's sort of hard to fathom that if you didn't have salt, you can't prepare anything for tomorrow. Right. You can't make beef jerky without salt. Right. You won't have clothes without salt. If you don't have salt, how can you make leather to have a shoe or a garment? Right. Because you need to cure it with the salt. So if you can't afford salt, then what the hell what are we doing? So and which means you got to go out and work. How you gonna get to the job? You gotta walk. You gotta find work wherever you at. And if that work take all day, how you gonna get back to your house, to your wife and the kids?
Right.
Like, how you gonna afford the donkey? You need to work to get the donkey. Then you gotta, once you got the donkey, or once you done working, then you gotta get back to the family. Then it's just a bunch of things that we don't consider, because in today's time, we go to work in 45 minutes,
Right.
come back in 45 minutes to a nice house with heat, electricity, water, refrigerator, microwave, and we have guns. We shoot out fire.
Right.
You ain't got a damn knife that you made yourself, sleeping in something
That's
that
what I'm saying, sir.
if your horse, is angry, can knock it all down. And hopefully you don't stump on your baby.
Yeah.
Because it's like, we gotta go back to that. And that's why we got the memorial, blowing the trumpets, and all our holidays, even the fasting, because it brings you back to that primitive state. When you go without food and water, you back to,
Right.
and listen, you can be rich as you want to be. You go back to not eating for 12 hours, you feel like you're almost alive. You're at that damn job all day. You don't eat for 17 hours, bro. You start feeling like life is over. Salaki, let's get but that was an excellent point. I'm glad you asked that too, or even made that statement. Let's get back to it. Where we at? It's 8 o'clock.
20. I stopped at 28.
28. Yedaya, you just read.
Come.
But Kariala, you read Hebrew already?
I didn't read the Hebrew yet. I just read the English.
You did the English? You want to read some Hebrew?
Okay.
You got it. What verse we at? 28?
29.
29?
Khan. The book of Leviticus, chapter 23, verse 29. Kaya Kal Ha Napash Ashar La'a Tha Ana Ba Atazam Ha Yawam Haza Wa Nakaratha Ma Aim Yaha. Verse 30. Wakal Hanapash Ashar Tha Kal Mala Aka Ma La'aka Ba'atazam Ha Yawam Haza Waha Abadath Ya Atha no Ath Ha Napash Ha Hawa Makwa, how do you say
Makwarat.
I think it's a P, sir.
No, that's Kwa.
It's Makwapa.
Makwarat.
Makarab Amha. Verse 31. Kal Mala Aka La'a Ta'ashawa Kakwath Awalam La Darath Yakam Bakal Mashabath Yakam. Verse 32. Shabbath 1. Hawa'a Lakam Wa Ana Yatam Ath Napashath Yakam Ba Tasha'a Lakadash Ma'arab Aid Arab Thashabathwa Shabbathkam Pa. I stop at 28, 29, 31, 2.
You going to 36.
36. Khan. Wayadabar Yahweh al Masha La Amor. Verse 34. Dabar al Banya Yasharala La Amor Bakamasha Ashara Yawam La Kadash Hashaba Yaaya Hazah Ka'ag Kag Ha Sakawath Shaba'ith Yam La Yahweh. Verse 35. Bawayam Ha Rahashan Ha Ra'asha Shawan Makwara Kodash Kal Mala'akath Abada La'ah Ta'ashawa. Verse 36. That's it. Khan.
Okay. All right, the end of 35. Okay.
In 35. Khan.
All right, you can take the English.
Khan. The book of Leviticus, chapter 23, verse 29. For whatsoever soul it be that shall not be afflicted in the same day, he shall be cut off from among his people. And whosoever soul be that doeth any work in the same day, the same soul will I destroy from among his people. Verse 31. Ye shall do no manner of work. It shall be a statute forever throughout your generations in all your dwellings. Verse 32. It shall be unto you a Sabbath of rest, and ye shall afflict your souls in the 9th day of the month at even, and from even until even shall you celebrate your Sabbath. And the Lord, verse 33, and the Lord spake unto Moses, saying, verse 34, speak unto the children of Israel, saying, the 15th day of the 7th month shall be the Feast of Tabernacles for 7 days unto the Lord. Verse 35, on the first day shall be an holy convocation. Ye shall do no servile work therein.
Sign Christ. And I'm going to take 36 down, right? In the Hebrew. Sign Christ. Give Abad a hand, man. Abad there every Sabbath, brother. Hey, sign Christ. All right. So Leviticus chapter 23 and verse 36. Shabbaif Yamayim Tha Kwa Rayabwa Asha La Yahweh Bayawom Ha Shamaya Naya Makwara'a Kwadash Yahaya Lakum Wahakurathum Asha La Yahweh Izaratha Hawa'a Kal Malakaf Ibada La'a Ta'ishua. Verse 37. Allah Mawa'aya Yahweh Ashar Thakwara'awa Athom Makwara'aya Kwadash Laha Kwaraya Asha La Yahweh Ayo Wa Manacha Zabak Wana. Phone did it again. Salaki. 1 second. Verse 37 towards the end. Ayla Wamanacha Zabak Wanasakyum Dabar Yawam Ba Yawam Wa. Verse 38. Malabad Shabatha Yahweh Wa Malabad Wa Salakia Matha Nawathiakum Wa Malabad Kal Nadaryakum Wa Malabad Kal Nadar Salakia Nabad Wathiakum Ashar Fathanawa La Yahweh. Verse 39. Ak Ba Hamasha Ishar Yawam Lakadash Hashabaya Ayah Ba Asapkum Af Thabawa Af Harataza Thakagwa Af Kag Yahweh Shabbaif Yamayam Bayawam Hara'ashwan Shabbathwan Wa Bayawam Ha Shamaya Naya Shabbathwan. Verse 40. Wa La Quaktham Lakum Bayawam Hara'ashwan Parya Aitaza Hadar Kapath Tha Mariam Wa Ainak Aitaza Ibath Wa Ibarya Nakhal Wa Shamaktham Lapanyai Yahweh, Alahayakum, Shaba'if, Yamayum. Verse 41. Wachagtham, Athwa, Chag la Yahweh, Shaba'if, Yamayum, Bashana, Chak, Kwaf, Wa, Ilam, La Darathiakum, Bakadash, Hashabaya Ayah, Kakagwa, Athwa. Salakia. I'll take it down to the end. Basakath, the Shabwa, verse 42. Basakath, the Shabwa, Shaba'if, Yamayam, Kal, Ha, Azarak, Bayasha'ala, Yeshabwa, Basakath, La, verse 43. La Ma'ain, Yadaiwa, Darathiakum, Kaya, Basakawa, Ha Washabthaya, Af Banya Yasha'ala, Ba Hawataza, Ba Ha Wataza Ya'aya, Awathum, Arataza, Matazarium, Anya Yahweh, Alahayakum, verse 44, Wa Yadabar, Masha, Af, Ma'aidwa, Yahweh, Al Banya Yasha'ala. Okay. Yadai, you want to take the English for me? The first 7, and then I'll let Bakar get the last.
Khan, the book of Leviticus, chapter 23, and verse 36. 7 days ye shall offer an offering made by fire unto the Lord. On the 8th day shall be a holy convocation unto you, and ye shall offer an offering made by fire unto the Lord. It is a solemn assembly, and ye shall do no servile work therein. Verse 37. These are the feasts of the Lord, which he shall proclaim to be holy convocations, to offer an offering made by fire unto the Lord, a burnt offering, and a meat offering, a sacrifice and drink offerings, everything upon his day, besides the Sabbath of the Lord, and besides your gifts, and beside all your vows, and besides all your free will offerings, which ye shall give unto the Lord. Also in the 15th day of the 7th month, when ye have gathered in the fruit of the land, ye shall keep a feast unto the Lord 7 days. On the first day shall be a Sabbath, and on the 8th day shall be a Sabbath. And ye shall take you on the first day of the boughs of goodly trees, branches of palm trees, and the boughs of thick trees, and willows of the brook, and ye shall rejoice before the Lord your God 7 days. Verse 41. And ye shall keep it a feast unto the Lord 7 days in the year. It shall be a statute forever in your generations. Ye shall celebrate it in the 7th month. Verse 42. Ye shall dwell in booths 7 days. All that are Israelites born shall dwell in booths.
Okay, read the English, Bakari Allah.
Khan, sir. Verse 42. Leviticus chapter 23, verse 42. Ye shall dwell in booths 7 days. All that are Israelites born shall dwell in booths. 43. That your generations may know that I made the children of Israel to dwell in booths when I brought them out of the land of Egypt. I am the Lord your God. Verse 44. And Moses declared unto the children of Israel the feast of the Lord.
Now, the Lord just gave us all our holidays. Literally, they call holidays holy days. Right? Because that's where they call the holy days holidays, because that's where they come from, right? They suppose that it come from all the days that are supposed to be holy unto God, but they're not, right? Of course, Esau holidays is Esau holidays. But our holidays are actually holy days, right? So these are the ones that we got from the Lord, and we also have the ones from that we observe, our observances that we rehearse every year because of the things that took place, like certain things that happened with the with Ruth, and with the Feast of Purim, and also in the Maccabees we got Hanukkah, right? And I believe I think those are the only two that from our culture that we celebrate. right? With that being said, let's get into some scriptures, all right? Let's go into a little bit about the day, about the feast of memorial blowing of trumpets, which is today. Give me Leviticus chapter 23 and verse 24. And Yediah, can you give me Ezekiel 33 and just go to 33 and 1?
English, sir.
Yeah, English.
The book of Leviticus, chapter 23 and verse 24. Speak unto the children of Israel, saying, in the 7th month, in the first day of the month, shall ye have a Sabbath, a memorial of blowing of trumpets, and holy convocation.
So that's tonight, the memorial blowing of trumpets. Go ahead.
Ye shall do no servile work therein, but ye shall offer an offering made by fire unto the Lord. And the Lord spake unto Moses, saying, and in the 10th day of...
That's it. So we do our offering made by fire. We got the food back there. Also, too, Mathum, you got a sister start passing out some of the food if you want, or you got some, if the sisters want to, they can go ahead and start passing out the food if it's ready. I'm not sure. All right. And everybody up can get down. We can start eating. All right. And we're going to go into it, and we're going to read these scriptures. Yediah, give me Ezekiel 33 and verse 1. We're going to read down to verse 2, verse 6. All right.
Gone. The book of Ezekiel, chapter 33 and verse 1. Again, the word of the Lord came unto me, saying, Son of man, speak unto the children of thy people, and say unto them, when I bring the sword upon the land, if the people of the land take a man of their coast, and set him for their watchman. If when he seeth the sword come upon the land, he blow the trumpet.
Now, the watchman is supposed to protect the people. He's supposed to warn the people, keep the people from danger. Just like Jeremiah 14 and 2. Judah mourneth, and the gates thereof languish. Languish means weak. Our gates are our leadership that's supposed to protect us, where a gate protects people from coming into your house and protect you from jumping over the damn gate and wringing somebody's neck. In today's time, your gate's supposed to protect you from danger, right? Our gates were weak. Our watchmen are corrupt. Our watchman is at the Diddy party. Listen, T.D. Jakes at the Diddy party. T.D. Jakes' son met up with somebody he thought was going to be his lover. That male cop that was undercover that he met up with in the middle of the night in a park, the cop was sitting there undercover. T.D. Jakes' son walked up to the man and pulled his rod out, thinking he was going to get fellatio, not knowing the man was an undercover cop. That's our watchman. That's our watchman. Eddie Long, our watchman. Creflo Dollar, our watchman. Come on, man. Any religious leader. For some reason, Philadelphia felt like Meek Mills was their watchman, and Meek was at the Diddy party, hopping around like this. And I don't know if that tape is real, but if it was real, that was terrible. Man, that's our watchman, and that's a damn problem. Our watchmen are supposed to warn us. Shalom, Yashua. Continue to read, Yediah. I got a few scriptures I'm going to go through. I'm going to try to just walk through them. If you got something to bring out, Bakari, Yediah, you can.
Come. If he seeth the sword come upon the land, he blow the trumpet and warn the people. Then whosoever heareth the sound of the trumpet taketh not warning. If the sword come and take him away, his blood shall be upon his own head.
Now, if you warn the person as you should as a watchman, if he don't listen to you, that's on him. And not the way the Christian church say is on you. The Christian church say, oh, that's on you. But you taught me to sin. So how the hell is the sin on me? Sin is on you. The sin, T.D. Jakes' son is a LGBT. Now, how in the hell are you wrong for smoking weed and smoking cigarettes and sleeping with nasty women off of Vigo? How the hell are you wrong? When the son of T.D. Jakes said, Have you ever been swallowed up and swallowed and I would have been and I could have been? And he was at the Diddy party, which he was. All that would have, should have, could have, he is. So damn, that's the lie. Well, really, the sin is their fault because they didn't warn us. If they would have warned us, if the church preacher would have said, you can't be LGBT, you can't smoke cigarettes, you can't smoke weed, can't eat shrimp, crab, lobster, tuna, fish, then the sin would be on us. And we said, man, hell with them, we doing what I want to do. In the strip club tonight, I'm doing what I want to do. The sin would be ours. They tell the stripper to get off the pole, come there the next day, pay him the money, and then go back the same day. Just bring the money again next week and see me on the side whenever you can. You got a little bit of time. And leave your son around. I might need him too. Leave your daughters around. Like, it's terrible. The watchman's supposed to warn us. Keep going, Yediah.
He heard the sound of the trumpet and took not warning. His blood shall be upon him, but he taketh warning shall deliver his soul.
But if he take the warning, it's going to deliver his soul. Go ahead.
But if the watchman see the sword come and blow not the trumpet, and the people be not warned, if the sword come and take any person from among them, he is taken away in his iniquity. But his blood shall require at the watchman's hand.
And that is what's going to happen. Our watchmen, they let us just fall to the point where the Lord had to say, I'm going to take this from the wise and the prudent and give it to babies, man. You go to theologian school, you're supposed to be wise and prudent, except for you go to theologian school and learn Christianity. So therefore, you got to give it to somebody who's not high off of Christianity. You know what you got to do? You got to come to the men in the I.S.U.P.K. The one that TD Jakes is going to see me and say, oh, that's a baby. What do he know about? You going to pay your tithes to him? What are you going to do? He dressed like a Power Ranger. You dying? And really, any one of us, any one of you can lead that church better than TD Jakes. You can get up there and say, listen, you can watch 3 classes and say, look, this is what you got to fix in here. Now you counseling him. They look at you like, nah, what is he going to do? TD Jakes got a Benz. What you got? He got a mansion. What you got? Like, and really, you, just from what you learned here in this small portion of this class, can go and say, hey, next week we celebrating that fast. Ain't nobody coming to church. You're going to be in that pulpit by yourself, waiting on people to come in the fast next week. That's because they are not the real men that's going to warn us. They ain't the ones that's going to stop us from being from the Lord punishing us. All right, keep going.
That was it on 6, sir.
That was it on 6. All right, give me Isaiah 58:1. You can take the young man in the back. Maybe young man, he might need to chill. Put him to work. Let him pass out something, man. You might want to look. He grabbed the plate already. He want to eat. What y'all doing? Y'all stopping that boy from eating, man. Got him sitting there trying to be good. Oh, man. I'm joking, y'all. Let's go. Isaiah 58:1. Salaki.
Read that.
This is the book of Isaiah.
Can you give me Ezekiel 9:4?
Chapter 58, verse 1. Cry aloud, spare not, lift up thy voice like a trumpet.
This is what the Lord said. He said, cry aloud, spare not. You know how hard it is to tell your mama, yeah, man, you know, if you keep doing that, this is going to happen. You know how hard it is to tell your father, hey, Pop, you know, if you keep doing that, you know. What about the elderly lady that come up to the camp and say, but my Jesus said this. My Jesus is white. What you going to do to her? You going to say, go ahead, grandmama. You get a pass. No, you got to tell grandmama, listen, Jesus is black. What would grandma say? But my hip hurt and I need my weed cigarettes. What you going to say to her? You don't have to tell her, listen, no, you can't spare nobody. What about the president? You got to tell Kamala Harris But Donald Trump, to their face, you a devil.
Right.
And you ain't doing nothing for our people. Come on, man. You know they could put you somewhere. We don't know where the hell you at. Listen, you die. I just never come back. You don't know what happened to me. You see me 10 years later, crazy out my mind. They probably drugged me so damn much, man. They can make you disappear, bro. But you got to tell them. Keep going. Salaki, can I get Ezekiel 94, Bakar?
Khan.
You got something you want to bring out to you, Dad?
I got a precept too, sir.
Oh, you got it. You can bring it up.
Does anybody know when the trumpet was first sounded?
Oh, wait.
Abad, give me Exodus chapter 19 and verse 16.
Okay. This is the book of Exodus, chapter 19, verse 16. And it came to pass on the third day in the morning that there were thunderings and lightnings, and a thick cloud upon the mount, and the voice of the trumpet.
And the voice of the what?
And the voice of the trumpet.
And the voice of what?
And the voice of the trumpet.
And the voice of the trumpet. Now, this is when Moses, you know what I mean, gathered us together to meet with the Most High. Now, mind you, this is after, I believe, Abba Samurai, we done made that golden calf and was talking trash about going back into Egypt. Keep going.
Exceedingly loud.
Exceedingly loud. Keep going.
So that all the people that were in the camp trembled.
Everybody that was in the camp, all of our people in Israel trembled, man. Like we're supposed to remember the memorial of the blowing of the trumpets for this reason, like Officer Marah was saying. You know what I mean? For the brothers, you know what I mean? If you're going to be a watchman, you definitely got to look after the people. You definitely got to look after our people, and it's on us. If you looking out for danger, you know what I'm saying? You got to be held responsible. And in this regard, you know what I mean? Moses was gathering us all together because Moses had just got done pleading with the Most High for our sake. Right. The Lord was going to make a nation out of Moses. And let me explain something to all of y'all. Moses was a far better brother than me. Because if it had been up to me, some y'all, you'd have been Yediah on Yahawah, you'd have been Yediah on Yahawah. Sisters, y'all would have been Yediah off Yahawah. I'm telling you, Moses had excellent brotherhood, man. And when he brought us together, you better believe we trembled. But Moses went up there, it's like you go up there and deal with the Most High. Exactly. And now when he gathered us together, the voice of the trumpet exceedingly loud, that all the people that in the camp tremble. And that's how we have to be when it comes to our God. Because right now, this is the season of our high holy days, but guess what? They're going to try to entice our babies and our people with Halloween, Thanksgiving, Christmas, and all of these other wicked satanic holidays. We're supposed to tremble when we think about the Lord's holidays, man. That's right. Especially the memorial of the blowing of the trumpets. That was it, sir.
Get that brother Ang. Give him an Ang, man. He took you back. Listen, Michael Jackson said in Egypt, you remember the time of the damn Egypt video. You just remembered the time. When we was in Egypt. And listen, that was an excellent precept. Can you give me Ezekiel?
The book the book of Ezekiel, chapter 9, verse 4. And the Lord said unto him, go through the midst of the city, go through the midst of Jerusalem, and set a mark upon the foreheads of the men that sigh and that cry for all the abominations that be done in the midst thereof.
Here's the thing. We in the I.S.U.P.K, we are crying and sighing in the middle of this kingdom for all the evil that's been done to us. A lot of times when you hear cry or cry out in the Bible, that's not talking about how a child cries, man. This is adults that it's talking to first off. So if you in there weeping like you damn Tyrese, then there's a problem, bro. That nigga crying everywhere, all on social media, bro. Listen, that wasn't that. Stop doing him like that. But anyway, that's not what it's saying. What it's saying is this. You have to say something. You have to speak out about what's going on. Our sisters cry out and our brothers cry out. Right. And some of our children. Get a Hebrew Academy in. There's some young brothers in the Hebrew Academy that's crying out for the abominations that's been done, man, to us. And the Lord says, set a mark on them. Take note of those type of people, man. Because that's who you want to rule Israel in the kingdom. That's who you want to go on the chariots. Those type of people, man. Not the ones that, is going to end up at a freak off for 10 million, and no royalties. Just after what? Do it again next week?
Right.
Do it again next month, next year? You gotta be at every freak off for the 10 million?
Right.
What you got to do? Listen, let me ask you something, man. What does it take to say no to your own lust?
Right.
Y'all, let me tell y'all something that's so true. You have to battle yourself in the goddamn truth, man. It's just you and you. You look in that mirror, that's your enemy. It ain't your husband. It ain't your wife. It ain't the job. It ain't your neighbors. It is you. That Satan is in your neighbor to make you want to smack the hell out of him or her. Satan is in your husband to make you want to smack the hell out of him or her, or your wife. Satan is in your children, make you want to do whatever with the kids, man.
Right.
But Satan is also in here, in you. That trumpet is supposed to sound an alarm so you can get this right and get this prepared for whatever the battle is. And that is what we got to fight here. We sounding this trumpet right now so that our people can battle this so they can get the kingdom. Christ said the kingdom is at hand.
Right.
You had something you wanted to bring up?
Lie, sir.
What about you, McCall?
Go ahead.
All right. Oh, go ahead.
No, go ahead.
All right. Can somebody pull Micah 2:10? And Bakariala, give me Zephaniah 1:16, 1:14. You don't read down to 16. So Micah chapter 2, verse 10.
Micah chapter 2 and verse 10. Arise ye and depart, for this is not your rest.
This is what I meant when I said you got to be prepared to move. You got to think about back then. Back then, remember, we was a people that lived in tents. We moved around. That's what we did. We spent 40 years in the wilderness. You went from here. Listen, the Passover was a true journey. We get a chance to experience it now, right, how it is to go to Atlanta. Passover in Atlanta this year. How it is to go to North Carolina, to Houston. You got to make a way. But imagine that without an airplane. Why you can sit mine in the back of it. Imagine that without an airplane. Imagine that without a bus. Like, you can fit 4 people in the car and y'all all go to Passover. You're not fitting 4 people on a donkey, man. You can fit 2 on a horse. And it's going to be a rough ride if it's 2 brothers. I have to hate to take that. Like, I'll be walking. I'll be like, listen, bro, this don't go that fast. I keep up. You know what I mean? But this ain't Brokeback, whatever the hell that damn movie was. Putting 2 people on 2 brothers on a horse. Look, that was a time back then where you had to prepare for real, a year.
Yeah.
I thought about this just now, right? While y'all was reading. The Day of Atonement, there's no closing for the Day of Atonement. Y'all know we come here for the Day of Atonement when we fast and we do all this same thing, but no food. When the Day of Atonement is over, it's just over. You know why that is? Imagine having to come back to the temple with no food. Imagine you can't eat till you get back. You've been to pass the hell up. That's the Lord's mercy. Lord have mercy said, ain't no need for no food. Let them be at home and eat, man. You're gonna make them come back and wait and do all this. You know how long them damn prayers is, bro? We did it. It was like 10 minutes. You gotta do all that thirsty, bro. Listen, and you work, man. Well, he did give us off on that day. He's just the oppressor don't give us off. But that's terrible, man. All right, give me Slacker. Was that it on that?
A little bit more, sir.
Go ahead.
Because it is polluted, it shall destroy you even with a sore destruction.
Because that is a real issue. This is not our rest. This place will destroy you with a sore destruction. Embarrassment, poverty, prison, and on top of that, you left void of any real knowledge in this place, man. I went on TikTok. They got people tying copper all around their forehead, bro. What the hell are you trying to do with that, man? That is not going to lead you to salvation. Wearing copper on you, that you're not a non-ether or whatever. Because a non-ether didn't save you from the white man. White man whooped your non-ether ASS with no copper, eating pork and smoking weed. And you got to wear, We ain't doing that. I'm gonna stick with the Most High God. All right, Bakari Allah, you got it.
Come.
God, can you give me Revelations 18:4?
The book of Zephaniah, chapter 1, verse 14. The great day of the Lord is near. It is near, and hatheth greatly.
Listen, did y'all see what happened with the attack that happened last night? I looked at that. I said, it's over. I literally told myself, I said, it's over. It's like, whatever dreams, if they took Diddy down, bruh, it's over. The freak, bruh, don't you know about 2 years ago, you could have went to a freak off and then we won't even know you no more. Who knows where you be at? The Bahamas or some damn where, spending your millions from whatever they did to you that night.
Right.
They took this man down. They took down the Can't Stop, Won't Stop. He said, my name Diddy. I got the key to the city. He said that. I run this city. I mean, man, listen, it's over. Donald Trump had the people I'm going to come to you.
Keep going.
Donald Trump had the people. He said, I did it. Tell me, keep going. Take that. But anyway, Donald Trump had the people storm the White House, man. When has that ever happened? COVID had everybody suit up here, draws down here in front of a camera. You know what I mean? You got on a damn tie or whatever feminine sisters wear with sweatpants on. Because the Lord was plaguing the earth, man. And now, Iran shooting up Israel and Russia and Ukraine and France. It's over. You might as well look. You might as well call it off. You might as well say, look, dog, I'm not getting rich. I can leave that alone. I'm not worried about the non-ether thing. Nibiru never came. Remember they were saying that Nibiru was coming. Daddy wasn't there with Nibiru. You might as well just let it all go and serve the Most High. It looked more closer to this than it does for the non-ether damn business. For waiting on, Nibiru to come. For the ancestors and the universe's God. Saying whatever going on in the universe, I guess Israel pissed the universe off. You got it, Bakari Allah.
The book of Zephaniah, chapter.
You was about to bring something up?
I was on a different subject. I'm Salaki, sir.
My bad. My bad. Salaki, you got it.
You good. Want to read?
Yeah.
The book of Zephaniah, chapter 1, verse 14. The great day of the Lord is near. It is near and hatheth greatly. Even the voice of the day of the Lord. The mighty man shall cry there bitterly. Verse 15. The day is a day of wrath, a day of trouble and distress, a day of wastedness and desolation, a day of darkness and gloominess, a day of clouds and thick darkness. Verse 16, a day of the trumpet and alarm against the fenced cities.
A day of what?
The day of trumpet and alarm against the fenced cities and against the high towers.
This time we in is the days of the alarm. Y'all see what happened last night? That was crazy. That should have told you we in the day of the alarm. What did Beyonce say? She said, ring the alarm. Ring that mother. Ring it. It's time. Go ahead.
Like you said, that Iron Dome wasn't working.
The Iron Dome was gone. That's another one, the damn flat earth dome theory, man. They killing me with that one, man. Damn flat earth. What? Okay, so what? If it was flat, what does that mean? I can eat pork now? Can I buy women off of Bigo? Can I show up to the freak off and get my 20 million? Not saying I wouldn't do that. That's not what I'm saying. I'm trying to make the point, y'all. Y'all know they already call us a cult members and all that. They gonna have a video out talking about a little cult member says he want the freak off. Hey, kill it. All right, with that being said, keep reading.
Keep reading, sir.
That was crazy, man. Them missiles hit Israel. That's a pure sign that that's what. Go ahead.
Now, that's what I want to comment on. The missiles hitting Israel, especially around this time, they knew specifically that this was like a high holy time.
Yeah.
Even amongst the fake Jews, you know what I'm saying? So they made sure when they attacked, they was going to attack during our time of gathering around, Israel, sir. That's what I was saying.
And right, and that's true. And they plan that attack on them for this day.
Khan.
Go ahead. Let's get at the end of verse 16. Go ahead, Nicole. And clearly the Lord wasn't with them. Because they were showing videos, they in the apartment with the phone out the window, seeing the missiles hit them. Come on, can you read down to verse 16? That was it. Can we get Joel chapter 2, verse 1? And then somebody give me Joel 2 and 15. All right. And then I'm going into 2 more scriptures after this. And we're gonna go into the prayers. We're gonna wrap it up. Yedai, you had anything?
Live, sir.
All right, Yedai, can you hold for me Isaiah 14 and 12?
Constant.
And Ibad, can you give me returning with all the holy angels with him? Just put all the holy angels with him. That's the exact scripture. I forget what it says in the beginning. Joel chapter 2 and verse 1. Brother, you got Joel 2 and 1?
Salaki, sir.
Oh, you got it? Hey, Salaki, brothers, did y'all get any food? Y'all still waiting on a plate? Yeah. Oh, Salaki. I think the brothers back there. You might just give them a little second. We're gonna be they're gonna be bringing something up.
Say Joel 2 and 1, sir.
Yeah, Joel chapter 2 and verse 1.
Khan, the book of Joel, chapter 2, verse 1. Blow you the trumpet in Zion, and sound an alarm in the holy mountain, and let all the inhabitants of the land tremble.
First off, the mountains in this scripture is talking about the government. It's synonymous with the governments of Israel. The reason why we use the term mountains is because the mountains sit so high above the people. A lot of times when you hear that, we hear the mountains. It's talking about the government of Israel, because the government's up here and we're down here. And that's where any country, any kingdom, right? So, and the governments, like I said, look down on the people. Like the governments is so far above the people. So when it says the governments, it's talking about the leaders. Read it again.
Khan. Blow ye the trumpet in Zion, and sound an alarm in my holy mountain. Let all the inhabitants of the land tremble.
Now, here's the point. Who is the government of Israel going to be when Christ returns? The 144,000 men with the mark in their forehead.
Khan.
That's who you want to rule you. That's who you sound the alarm for. Get them ready. Because why? They got to rule the people who are down. You got to protect the people that's at the bottom. That's why it says gather the people. So we training in the I.S.U.P.K to be that 144,000.
That's right.
You ain't, listen, you want to be somebody. I said, people say all the time, man, I just want to sweep in the kingdom. I just want to make the kingdom. Yep, okay, cool. You're going to sweep. Because you ain't working to be anything else. Now, that's humble. I'm not saying there's nothing wrong with that, but I'm just saying that's a humble state of mind. But what about everybody else's families? You just setting it. It's like you put money in the bank just so you can get in there. What about everybody else that want to make it? The car, if you didn't come here, how would we have other families? The car, if you wasn't here, how would we get other families? Abad, Yedaya, y'all brothers, y'all sisters. How would we get other people's families to be saved? What about our families?
Khan.
Love my mama too, but damn, she ain't in here. I don't know when I'm gonna see him again. But what about can't we be an example to our own families too? We gotta be the people that's going to lead the others. Keep let me know when you at verse. That was at verse 15.
No, that was Joel 2 and 1.
Oh, go ahead, Nicole.
The part that's crazy is you got family and people that's outside of the truth. They label us crazy and cult and things of that sort. But when the children start going crazy, when they having a bunch of issues and turmoil in their life, they turn to us. They don't go turn to the pastor. They calling our phones like, "Can you come talk to my son? Because he about to go off on the deep end, and I know that you doing something positive." Now they know. That's when they know. It's time to get that medicine. But once it's time to be judgmental. It's crazy.
Yeah, get in the car hand. Let me tell you something. It's funny till it ain't funny no more. Laugh now, cry later. We all heard that before. Let's get verse 15.
Joel, sir.
Yeah, Joel 2 and 15. And we're gonna read down
Come
to verse 21. Then Abad, I come to you last, and you die, I'll go to you next.
Come. The book of Joel, chapter 2, verse 15. Blow the trumpet in Zion, sanctify a fast, call a solemn assembly.
Now, that's the Day of Atonement. Sanctify a fast. Meaning what? Get the people prepared and get them ready. Have them fast. Have them cleanse themselves. Have them put off carnality. Like eating and drinking. That's carnal. Meaning you got to be in the spirit for what's getting ready to come. When World War III start to happen, brother, listen, I'm telling you, you find the apple. If you ain't prepared and you find the apple, you're going to thank God. If you see clean clothes, bro, that's going to be a time when you moving. You constantly moving. Everybody got weapons. Everybody got bullets. Nobody got food, though, however. You smell food from afar. They smell it from your house. How many bullets you got to keep everybody out? And these ain't zombies. These ain't the Walking Dead. You put up a chair and shut the door, they can't get in. These cats got guns. Women with guns ain't fed they babies. Lord with you, though. Lord giving you food. What you gonna do? How you gonna keep them out? How you gonna keep them from taking your place? That's why in the I.S.U.P.K. we prepared. Keep going.
Verse 16. Gather the people, sanctify the congregation, assemble the elders, gather the children, and those that suck the breast. Let the bridegroom go forth of his chamber, and the bride out of her closet. Can you read, sir?
That was in the verse 21.
16.
Go ahead.
Verse 17. Let the priests, the ministers of the Lord, weep between the porch and the altar, and let them say, spare thy people, O Lord.
Do you hear what he's saying? He's saying, telling the bridegroom, tell the bride and the bridegroom, come out the chambers. It ain't, no. Tell the priest to weep in between the porch and the altar. Meaning in between the amount of space where the altar is and when you come in the door. It's like a regular porch, like an indoor porch, right? So tell them to weep right there and say, spare my people. It's going down. We in here today saying, Lord, give us a chance. Let us get these sinners out the world. Let us get these homeless brothers and sisters. Let us get them brothers healed that got afflictions, man. Let us come back to you. Let us serve you again. Let us put away sin. Give us that time. Go ahead.
Spare thy people, O Lord, and give not thy heritage to reproach, that the heathen should rule over them. Wherefore should they say among the people, where is their God? Verse 18. Then will the Lord be jealous for his land and pity his people. Yea, the Lord will answer and say unto his people, behold, I will send you corn and wine and oil, and ye shall be satisfied therewith. And I will no more make you a reproach among the heathen.
Meaning the Lord is going to protect us in the end.
We're
going to get the kingdom. You're getting the kingdom whether you is a sinner or not. Now, the position you have in that kingdom, that's going to be up to you. Whether you selling damn sandwiches or the manager or some heathen that makes sandwiches, or you one of the 144,000. That's up to you. Christ died, set up the kingdom for every Israelite. No doubt about it. Whether you give a damn about God or not, you're going to be in the kingdom of heaven. But are you really going to be in it? Are you going to be one of the people that enjoy the kingdom of heaven? Or are you going to be living in the kingdom of heaven like you lived in America, working a damn 9 to 5 to survive? Man, you ain't going to be having to make ends meet because you're going to be royalty. But is that what you're working for? I mean, a complete, straight up drug addict who don't care about God at all, that's saying, bring Diddy back. he is going to get the kingdom of God. P. Diddy. But what position is he going to play? What role is he going to have? Is he going to have a position like you? That you working for? That would be unfair, right? The things you sacrifice, wouldn't that be unfair? The Lord is a righteous man. Christ already died for this, so he's getting it. He's an Israelite. Ain't his fault he ended up in that position. That's America's fault. Commander Yahanna said, don't ever blame yourself for what America has done to us, man. That ain't Diddy's fault. It ain't the people in jail fault. It's these preachers' fault, and the preachers that are black and Hispanic, it ain't their fault neither. You know what real fault it really is? The oppressor. Because we didn't have to be in this position. The Lord said they did too much. Go ahead.
If I could, sir, what you bring out is heavy because when you look at the doctrine that they learned, they read the Bible, but they learned it from the white man.
Exactly. The King of America. They learning it from him. He going to theologian school learning the doctrine of the oppressor, of the Romans, of the Greeks. You wanted to say something, you die? All right. With that being said, keep reading. Let me know. Go down to verse 21.
I want 20, sir.
All right, go ahead.
But I will recover far off from you the northern army, and will drive him into a large, barren, and desolate, with his face toward the east sea, and his hinder part toward the utmost sea, and his stink shall come up, and his little savior shall come up, because he hath done great things.
Meaning, he gonna put him face down, facing the east. No Diddy. Then he gonna destroy him, and he's still gonna be laid towards the east. Why is that so important, y'all? We face the east to pray to the Lord. That's what the Lord set up. Meaning, in the end, that man is gonna be unalive, but he's still gonna be face down in front of me. Just like how Christ said, "Bring them hither and slay them before me." Christ said that. Christ said, "Look, I want to see him right here get unalive." The Lord said, "I'm gonna unalive him, and he's gonna lay at my feet, pretty much." Now, with that being said, Yediah, Isaiah 14 and 12, and I'm coming to you, Abad, then the prayers, and we just gonna enjoy the rest of the Holy Day. Go ahead.
Go, God, Isaiah 14 and 12. How art thou fallen from heaven, O Lucifer, son of the morning?
How art thou what?
How art thou fallen from heaven, O Lucifer, son of the morning? How art thou cut down to the ground, which didst weaken the nations?
The oppressor, he's Lucifer, the son of the morning sun, that shines so bright, the one that makes you say, it's going to be a good day today when you see that sun. He makes you feel good. Oh, he's cut down. Go ahead. It's locking. And he weakened these nations. You got the Chinese man who used to be a samurai warrior. That nigga is in a suit and tie. Right now to this day. The Africans, he ain't doing too good with them Africans. They still eating mud cookies, but they trying. But all them Arabs and the rest of them, he got them wearing suits and ties and speaking English that ain't even his language. English ain't even the white man's language. That's a Japhetic language.
Right.
Greek ain't the white man's language. That's a Japhetic language. Spanish ain't the white man's language. That's a Japhetic language. French, Russian, that's a Japhetic language. What language did the white man speak originally? Hebrew. He was Jacob's brother. Son of Isaac, son of Abraham, son of Shem. Eber is the son of Shem. I should have said Eber, son of Shem. His language is Hebrew. Where his land at? Right next to Israel, Mount Seir, the cave. He don't want nothing to do with that, do he? He threw that cave away. He said, "The hell with that damn cave." He said, "The hell with Hebrew." He said, "I'm speaking English. I'm taking Japheth language." Right. And then weakening the nations with missiles and rockets speaking English. Threw away his language. Go ahead, Yediah.
Verse 13. For thou hast said in thy heart, I will ascend into heaven. I will exalt my throne above the stars of God. I will sit also on the mount of the congregation in the sides of the north.
Now he said you're gonna sit on the mountain, on the government of the congregation, which is Israelites. It's the only congregation that it can be. There is no other congregation. Israel is the only congregation of God in the sides of the north, in North America. And don't he sit on top of us today? We in here working to be the government, and we still gotta be the work tomorrow. In North America, it's crazy. The Bible is real. The Bible is not a man. It is a man-made book, but it's not a man-made book in the sense of what they call it, non-fiction or fiction. One of them books, a fiction book. Not in that sense. It's our documented history. All right. Ibadayah. Give me all the holy angels. I just wanted to pull that to let y'all know that the oppressor is coming down. That's a fact. We sounding this trumpet, and it's already prophesied that he's coming down. But we sounding this trumpet to make sure that we get our people out of this hell, man.
Right.
Go ahead, Abba. And this is the reason why. Go ahead.
This is the book of Matthew, 25, verse 31.
You ain't got no precepts you want to bring up?
No.
Okay.
When the Son of Man shall come in his glory.
When the what?
When the Son of Man shall come in his glory.
When the Son of Man shall come in his glory.
And all the holy angels with him. Then shall he sit upon the throne of his glory.
Anybody knows when Christ returns? Anybody has the idea? What does the Bible say about the times when Christ should return? Christ returns in the middle of World War III. Right. The nations are going to be fighting each other. In the midst of that, Christ and the angels return. They stop fighting Christ and they stop fighting each other and they try to fight Christ. Right. That's when the men and women get taken up onto the chariots, which is called the UFOs, as people call them, right? We call it an I.S.U.P.K. Since 69, we always call them IFOs, identified flying objects, because UFO is unidentified, right? But we know what they are. They spiritual vehicles that the angels use. All right. So that's when you get taken up on the chariots. Christ and the angels annihilate every damn nation. The ones that the residue of those nations get put into slavery, into captivity. Christ put them in their borders, meaning you're gonna live here. This is your portion, that's your land, this is your land, and gives us our land.
Right.
But before that happens, Salakia, we get put down from the chariots. The men of war, the 144,000, we come off the chariots. And we get to put some work in, you die. If we make it. I'm saying that I don't want y'all to think I'm just counting myself. We don't know. But if we make it, if y'all make it, y'all will come down and y'all get to put in some real work. Gather these nations up. Christ put them in their lanes. And man, listen, it's on after that forevermore. Party over here. That was one of Yahweh's favorite sayings. Party over here. That's what it's going to be. You're going to wake up in Naphthalia. And in that valley on a high holy day, butterball naked saying, damn, who I owe. I know I just effed up. Oh, somebody there some paper. God damn. And guess what? The next high holy day, you're going to do it again. You're going to do it again. You're going to say, shit, I told myself I was supposed to chill. I did this the last time. That's how I got Rebecca. That's how I got this one. That's how I got the 14th baby. With that being said, y'all, this is the I.S.U.P.K. under Commanding General Yahanna. We're going to close up the feast. All right, give me 1 second. Y'all, Imagine. Thanks a lot. Hold on. Yedaya, you might got to take it real quick. I got to take this call real quick. Hey, you died. I got a locker for this. Go ahead, sir.
We'll call about some All right, Israel, Majid. Song upon Yaquadam, which is turning face to east. We'll do the Lord's Prayer in the Hebrew. Go ahead, Malak.
Abanawa, Shabbat Shemayim, Wadash, Ayah, Shemka, Yahweh, Malakwatka, Aba'ah, Ratazaka, Ayah, Aisha, Ratazah, Kawah, Ayah, Hashemayim, Yethon Lanawa, Lacham, Ka, Yawam, Wasalak Lanawa, Chabawat Nawa, Kasalak Nawa, Chabawat Yanawa, Wala'ah, Kabiyaya Nawa, Onasaya One, Abor, Awashaya Nawa, Mayan, Ra, Kaya, Laka, Amalakwa, Waha'ala, Wathbar, Avalonian, Amun.
Our Father, which art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come. Thy will be done. In earth, as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread. And give us our debts. We forgive our debtors. And lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom, and the power, and the glory, forever. So be it.
The prayer for the power in Hebrew. Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushua, Babakushah, Yethon Lanawa, Aka, La'apa'ah, Machala, Madawa, Aka, Latahor, Amatazariah, Aka, Amakbia, Aka, Rachawa, Atamahala, Garshun, Ba'ashem Yahushua, Wadamun.
Yahweh, in the name of Yahushua.
In the name of Yahushua.
Please give us the power.
Please give us the power.
Power to heal.
The power to heal.
All manner of sickness.
All manner of sickness.
And all manner of disease.
And all manner of disease.
Power to cleanse the lepers.
The power to cleanse the lepers.
Power to raise the dead.
Power to
Power against unclean spirits.
Power against unclean
To
spirits.
cast them out.
To cast them out.
In the name of Yahushua.
In the name of Yahushua.
Thank you.
Thank you.
So be it.
So big. The prayer to bless Israel in the Hebrew. Yahweh, Yahushua, Barak Lanawa, Wayashala, Wahabaya, Saparian, Ba'ashem Yahushua, Wadamun.
Yahweh, in the name of Yahushua.
In the name of Yahushua.
Bless us.